first step is to clean all the shine off your nail bed. I usually wipe it off with a paper towel and then I go into pushing back my cuticles. The prepping step is the most important step in getting your nails to last for more than a couple of days. So after I push back my cuticles, being very careful not to cut myself, I like to file by my cuticles. I don't have that really cool cutting tool that nail techs usually have to cut off that extra skin. So I let the electric filer do the job, and I also use this little bamboo stick to just really try to clean that out and get that extra skin out of there. When applying the tip, I try to put it on the edge of my finger, leaving a good amount of my nail bed available, not too far up, but not too far down either. For the process to go faster, I usually pre-select all the nail sizes for my fingers before I start putting them on because I feel like this is a long process finding all the nails that fit my finger. Another trick that I find helpful doing my own nails is applying all the tips to one hand first and then filing my nail bed for my other hand and then applying the tips to that other hand afterwards, just so it doesn't get sweaty and shiny because that shine is what's gonna lift those nails right after you do them. Just putting these on, I already knew my nails were gonna come out fire because these clear gel tips were so cute and so good to work with. This, I would highly advise against this. Again, I don't have like a good nail clipper, so I had to use my scissors, but it leaves that little like white line at the edge of the nail once you cut it. And I was okay with it because I know it's going to be covered up once I put the nail polish on it. But if you have a nail clip or if you can get a nail clip, that will eliminate having those white lines. But if you're like me and all you can find are your scissors, you're going to be fine. They'll be covered up once you put the nail polish on top. Now I'm getting an almond shape. This is kind of how I do it. I cut it from the side of my finger to the tip, and then I cut just a little bit from the tip. I don't even know if that's explaining it good enough, but that's kind of how I cut my almond shapes. The electric filer can be a little bit dangerous, so put it on the lowest setting first and then slowly put it a little faster if you can handle it, but it will start burning you and it will really destroy your nails if you use them too fast. This was the final result after I filed it. As you can already see, it's blended. It looks really, really good, and that's how you know the finished product is gonna really slap. Then I go in with the dehydrator again to get rid of the shine from the nails. Then the primer to help it be more sticky and help all the products stick to your nail and stay there for more than a couple of days. I'm new to doing my own nails, but this is the first time my nails has last for this long. I've had this set on for about a month right now. So I really feel like this method that I'm using, it works. Now to apply the acrylic. I'm doing this to loosen up the brush so it can work a little bit better with me. To pick up a bead, I make sure that the brush isn't too wet, isn't too dry, and then I place the brush down on the powder, making sure that there's an excess underneath it, and that's how I pick up a bead. That one is a little bit wet, but it'll work. I apply the first bead in the middle of the nail, right where the tip and my finger bed meets, and then I pull it down towards the tip. It's always best to angle your finger downwards, which is kind of hard to do when you're doing your own nails. The second bead that I apply, I put it all the way towards the cuticle of my fingers. I do not touch the cuticle because that's going to make it seem like you're wearing like pressed on nails. So just be very careful with that and pull it down. Again, try to angle your finger downwards so it has a natural way to flow, but that can be difficult. So just try and pull that acrylic down as much as you can. Also, doing a bit of a cleanup as you go. This will eliminate the amount of filing you have to do in the end. I only use about 2 to 3 beads per finger because I don't want it to be too bulky. So depending on the size of the bead that I picked up, I try to not use more than 2 or 3. Let's do it one more time up close. So I apply the bead in the middle, right where the tip and my nail bed meets, I pull it downwards. In this case, I am pushing it up because it had like a really harsh bubble there. So I'm just trying to smooth that out because I don't want to have to do too many filing at the end. So I'm just pulling that acrylic down towards the tip to get it that slender look. The second bead, I'm going to apply it up towards the cuticle, not touching the cuticle, and then pulling it downwards, running it over that first layer that I added for extra strength. That area is the area you really want to focus on because usually when nails break, that's kind of where they break. So that's the area, the apex of the nail that you want to be the strongest area of the nail. I'm adding a third bead to the apex of the nail to give it that extra strength so it can last longer and it can withhold me typing on my phone or pressing a button. That's really where you want to put that to give it that extra backbone. I've had this set on now for about a month. So if you really want your nails to last you, this right here, this is how you get that. I'm just going to be repeating these steps a couple more times on all of my fingers. I'll show you a few more times just how I do it, but just those same steps over and over 10 times. This is what it looks like after I've applied all the acrylics to all the nails. Isn't it so cute? It's so sleek and seamless, and I haven't even filed anything or do anything to it yet. This is why we shape them before we put on the acrylic to really have the best experience trying to shape them afterwards because it's really just light work after all of that. And I always get tempted to just leave them like this because it's so beautiful, but I'm actually going to try to do a French tip for like the first time in my life. So let's see how this comes out. I'm applying a bottom coat and look, do you see that? It's so cute and I cannot believe I did it myself. So I dried that bottom coat and I'm using this nail gel color. It's like nude because I wanted to give it that nude effect. And this is the closest color I could find to my skin tone in the set that I have. Shout out to my fiance for getting me all these gel nail polishes and the gel drying thing, whatever it's called, the LED lamp for Christmas. Thank you. I apply about 2 coats to all my nails and then I let them dry in the LED lamp and they were so beautiful. It was so cute. I was tempted again to just leave them in this nude color, which is very much giving, but I knew the French tip was going to be even better, so I continued to complete the French tip look, but this nude, love it. Eats, snapping. So for the French tip, what I do is I draw a line, just one line kind of down the middle of how far I want the white to go. Once I have that one line right down the middle, I draw a connecting line from one side of the nail and bring it up to that white line. And then I draw another connecting line from the other end of the nail and connect it to that initial white line, making sure that it's completely synced with the other line. And then I fill in the top with the white. This is the easiest way I found to do a French tip. If you have a method that works better, please let me know. But I feel like this white line method is the method that really does it for me. And in the case that you do mess up a little bit, which you might, you're doing your own nails, I have a brush that I put in some nail polish remover, and then I just use that brush to clean up that line and try to get it to be as sleek as I possibly can. And again, 3 lines, then fill it in. Pretty simple once you get the hang of it. This is how I achieve a really cute French tip look. I repeat this process for the rest of my nails. Once all of my nails are finished, I go ahead and I put it in the LED lamp. And again, I do one hand at a time just to make it simpler for myself. And isn't it amazing that you can do this at home by yourself for a fraction of the cost? Like, I don't know how much they're charging for a French tip these days, but this is so gorgeous, and I did it my very self. Not because I'm extra, I went ahead and I tried, emphasis on tried, to do some little design to it. I wanted to add a little pink to it because I am a pink girly. So I just added just a little bit, a touch to it that I feel like would help it bring it off. And this was the final product that I came up with. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a really good angle, but I hope you can see it. I feel like I could see it a little bit. So freaking cute. So cute. This is what it looked like at the end. Thank you so much for watching. Again, this set has lasted me about a month now. I didn't have a gel top coat, so the gel is kind of washing off at this point, but I love it. I know I haven't posted in about 2 months. I'm so sorry. I've been so busy. We moved from Colorado to Charlotte. So much has been going on, and I need to sit down and talk to you about it. I will do that soon, but thank you so much for rocking with me. More videos will be coming. Please like and subscribe. And if this video does help you, please post in the comments your nails after you do them. If you have any tips for me, because I'm really just learning, please also share those tips with me. Follow me on all my social media. Bye.